Okay, hello everybody. Today we're here in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 in Carenado's Skymaster. We have a 50 nautical mile flight from FlightFX's Papa Whiskey Kilo Chicago Executive to Mike Kilo Echo Milwaukee International. I'll also give you a quick update on my real life flight lessons. So let's hop into the pilot seat and get started. Okay, the C337 is a fun and unusual plane that's awesome to fly by Carenado. Recently, there were 2 of them parked at my flight school, so that put me in the mood to hop back into the virtual version of it and take it for a flight. I am 15 flight hours into my flight lessons. I've got 52 landings under my belt. I'm in the neighborhood of soloing. I've got a little bit more work to do before I get there, but it's not far off. Been practicing the pattern, flying around and around and around, trying to dial in those landings. It's awesome. I'll keep you posted. Alright, let's open up the checklist and get started. The default version of this aircraft does not come with an in-game checklist, but I made one, and it's available on flightsim.to. Check the video details for the link. And while we're going through the basic startup procedures here, I will take you through a flight brief. We got the window open in there. I can feel the breeze coming in. Much better. Alright, we've got a simple flight plan that's a straight line between our 2 airports. We are departing from Chicago Executive, which is a delta tucked underneath the Bravo of Chicago. You can see there's a minus sign in front of the airspace's upper shelf. For Chicago Executive, that means up to but not including 3,000. So we're going to stay at 2,500 on our departure, and that'll keep us underneath the Bravo shelves. Once we're past Libertyville, then we will climb to 3,500, and that will let us overfly the 2 deltas that are along our flight path without needing to transition them. And that'll put us at a good altitude to enter the Charlie airspace of Milwaukee. We are parked on the southeast ramp of Chicago Executive, and it's a bit complex with 3 runways and a bunch of taxiways, so we'll have to pay attention when we get our taxi clearance. Milwaukee International is even more complex. You've got a host of runways, so we'll see which one they assign us, and then we're going to need a bit of navigation to get from where we land to where we want to park. I was certain that Milwaukee seemed familiar from a popular TV show, and that TV show is Happy Days, and Laverne and Shirley, which starts out with a zoom right at the beginning of Welcome to Milwaukee. If you, like me, grew up watching those TV shows, then congratulations, you are the correct age for flight simming. Not that you can't flight sim at any age, but I saw another YouTuber point out that the older you get, the less exciting your video games get. You move through flight sim, train simulator, and then you retire. Alright, let's get back to our checklist here for the Skymaster. We're just about ready to get started up. So we've got our mixture full, our props are full, we've got our throttle to idle, we'll get our fuel pumps off, make sure the prop is clear prop, and then we'll start up the rear engine first, and the reason you do that is because you can't see it once it starts up, so you want to hear it. And then we'll move to the front engine. I do like the sounds for the Skymaster model by Carenado. Carenado does, just a consistently great job with visuals and sounds for their models. For the 2 Skymasters that were parked at my flight school, they were private and the owners weren't around, so I really would have loved to have poked my head inside of them and had a look to see what was going on. But I had my own flight lesson going on, so I was busy with my own airplane. Alright, that was real world ATIS from liveatc.net. We're running with live weather and live everything, so it should match up. We're in a delta, so we just need to contact ground. They didn't say contact clearance delivery in the ATIS. Chicago Executive Ground, Skymaster 53513, southeast ramp with information India, taxi for north departure. Taxi and hold short, runway 16 via Alpha Bravo Charlie Kilo, cross runway 24, Skymaster 53513. Alright, we'll have a look around. We are clear on our right, clear straight ahead, clear on our left. And the modeling and the detail of this airport is fantastic. If you like general aviation, just get it. Here we go. I have no idea how to fly a Skymaster, by the way. We'll see how it goes. I've flown it before on the channel though, so it shouldn't be too much of a disaster. I'm sure you've seen enough aviation videos to know that most of the time we leave the window open when we're taxiing. Sometimes they'll even have the door cracked because it gets really hot in the summer inside of these aircraft. There's a step in the run-up checklist where you have to close everything, so everything will be closed up before takeoff. Okay, we've got the windsock here, and it is pointing in the direction that we are going to taxi to take off from, so perfect. The wind, the runway, and real-life weather are all lining up. I could see on the airport diagram that there's a little area here for a run-up, so we're going to pull off to the right here and go through our run-up. And as I mentioned, here is the time to close up that window, make sure those doors are closed and latched. Then we'll head over to the flight controls, make sure that those are free and correct. Chicago Executive Ground, Skymaster 53513, continue. Taxi and hold short, runway 16 at Kilo 1, 53513. I cheated a little there and started moving before we read back correct.
Jet 526, Executive Tower, runway 16, clear to land, wind 2107, verify Mike.
We do have Mike. Jet 526, clear to land, 16, clear landing course 3.
Chicago Executive Tower, Skymaster 53513, holding short, runway 16. Cleared for departure, runway 16, Skymaster 53513. Okay, and up ahead is one of my only complaints about this airport. There's lots of awesome ground traffic, but it drives on the runways. There's buses on the runways and cars. So I could see a car that's driving across the runway right now. We're just gonna hold here until it's all cleared. I should call the tower and tell them I have a number for them to copy. Alright, since we're taking off on 16, we are heading roughly south, the opposite direction that we want to go. So we're going to do a left downwind departure from runway 16 here to get ourselves going back to the north. Rotate. There we go, a little jerky coming off the ground there. Positive rate. Get our gear up. And smoothing back down. Okay, we're trying to get ourselves on the downwind. Have a nice view of the traffic over the left wing here. We are on track. Let's sit back and enjoy that awesome flight simulator scenery. Alright, that was an awesome flight again. Very easy, looked great, loved flying the Skymaster and the Payware Airport, and then the Freeware Airport of Milwaukee. Both were exceptional, so check out the video details so that you can get them. So if you enjoy content like this, be sure to click that like button, leave me a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. It really helps the channel. Thanks, as always, for flying along with me, and stay tuned for further flight adventures.